Okay, what I'm going to show you today, if you haven't had a chance to see how to take this machine apart, this is a Whirlpool product. You can go to how to take apart a Whirlpool product on my YouTube channel. But today what I'm going to show you how to do is how to replace a drive coupler on a Whirlpool product washing machine. Now, a Whirlpool product washing machine is basically going to cover a large array of actual machines, and they're all built the same pretty much. You have Whirlpool, Kenmore, Roper, Estate, KitchenAid, some of the new Maytag products, so on and so forth. But anyway, what we're going to be doing is taking this putting a new drive coupler on this machine. Now, what you're going to need is you're going to need a flathead screwdriver. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to need a hammer. You're going to need a little 3/4 inch piece of pipe about like this size. I use a brass pipe. It's a 3/4 inch pipe. And then that's basically it. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take this flathead screwdriver and we're just going to get up under here and we're going to pry the old coupler off. Now, as you can see, this coupler right here is broken. This is not going to allow your machine to spin or agitate or anything. Like I said, this one's broken. You can see that this piece is broken. Now, what I do have here is a new one. This is a ER285753. Let me go ahead and open this up. This is a brand new drive coupler, and these drive couplers are great. You know, if they go bad, you just replace them, and there you have it. Now, this comes in like 3 sections. You have this here that pulls out. You have this here that pulls out. And then you have the rubber, basically a U-joint in between them. And those all just kind of fit together. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this 3/4 inch piece and it'll fit right in between there just like that. And that's what we're going to use to kind of hammer that back onto the shaft. You don't want to hammer this too hard because it is a plastic piece, but if you just lightly tap it on with this 3/4 inch piece right there, I guarantee it'll go on very smoothly. You can get a good tight fit. Otherwise, you know, you might only have it halfway on the shaft, and it could cause some problems down the road. You want to get that on as tight as you can and as far as you can. You want to cover the entire surface of this cavity right here with the shaft. And like I said, you just use a 3/4 inch piece of pipe, put it in between there, and just kind of hammer it on, which is what I'm going to do right now. You want to make sure and line it up correctly too, because you don't want to strip out your new coupling before you get a chance to put it on correctly. Basically, that's it right there. Should be a nice tight fit. Now, after you put that on, you want to kind of make sure that your machine's operating correctly. You might spin it around this way and make sure that your agitator is spinning inside the machine, which I can hear it. You might get another person to look up there. If you spin it counterclockwise like so, your agitator will move. And then you spin it clockwise like this, and it should move your whole drum, which you will feel it catch after a certain amount of time. There it is right there. Which, there it is, it's spinning. Very tough to spin it like that. But anyway, there it is. Now, if you're, well, I don't want to get into all that right now, but I will make another video. It'll be on how the sometimes your drum just won't spin. Your clothes will agitate, it'll drain the water, but your clothes will be sopping wet whenever it comes out, and that's because your centrifugal force is not forcing all of the water out of your, how do you call it, of your clothes, because the drum isn't spinning. And without the drum spinning, you lack centrifugal force, which basically wrings out all of your clothes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to put this part on this shaft. I'm going to use this 3/4 inch piece again, and we're just going to lightly tap it on there just like this. And that'll make sure that, that'll make sure we get that on tight and nice. You might spin it around a few times. If you got a noisy motor, like it's grinding and stuff, you might put some zoom spout on it or something like that. They make a material called zoom spout that basically lubricates motors. Now you want to position the couplings in a way to where when you put it on, it lines up, and then basically you just put your clips back on. After putting your clips back on, there you go. You're ready to go. Make sure to plug your motor back in, and just as I said, you get it all plugged back in here. You put the clips on here. These are basically 1/4 inch screws. They go back on the motor like so, and then you just put it all back together, and that's how you change out a coupling. If your coupling, sometimes your coupling won't be broken like this one is. Sometimes it'll just be stripped out in the center, and it might spin real slowly. Your agitator might agitate real slowly in that case. Make sure you don't have a multiple speed motor, because sometimes if you have it on low speed, it'll spin slowly as well. But you're supposed to get a lot of power out of your agitator because it's supposed to cycle your clothes through the drum. So sometimes if the actual coupling is stripped out and your shaft is kind of spinning in the center of it, then you will get how do you call it? You'll get a slow agitation. So anyway, that's basically it. I'm just going to put this pump back on. You want to realign the shaft in a way that it's in line with the pump. And then you just set the pump on and put the new clips on. Very simple process. Sometimes this pump won't pump the water either, and I've seen baby socks get stuck in these things among other things. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks.